Welcome back. As I usually say, it's been too long. Uh, Part of me just wants to start diving into these videos and my life as I'm growing and evolving and coming into new places is leading me to a place to where I'm going to be able to do just that. So I am excited. Um, as I've shared with you guys multiple times, as within, so without, right? As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So it's one thing to know it, have the gnosis, the knowledge, the knowing. It's another thing to apply it, to be living it, to hold it, hold that frequency, that light, which again, that is what enlightenment is holding light. So it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to live it. And that's what shadow work is. Every day as you're living it, and it gets hard to live it, and you're like, damn, I'm not feeling very enlightened right now. Why is that? Self-reflection. Test yourself in the faith, as Christ says. Look yourself in the mirror right there. Why am I feeling what I'm feeling? Why do I feel inadequate? Why do I feel like this goal is unreachable? Why do I feel like I'm not compatible to this mate or to whatever the thought in your mind is that's got you at that place? If you're thinking that, as within, so without, that will come. Again, to embody it. There's the word I was looking for. Embodiment of the light. Embodiment. When you're embodying that, and whatever those thoughts come, unworthiness, shame, guilt, condemnation, judgment, right? Unworthiness, whatever it is, you go to the root of it, self-identify, address it, heal it, be like, that was just a figment of your imagination based on what society had put in your mind, what your family implemented, what education implemented, what Hollywood implemented, what whatever. And coming to know thyself and knowing thyself, right? What do you want? Once you know yourself, what do you want? Do you want to be a slave? Do you want to work 8 hours out of a 12-hour day, even though they told you it's 24? You're giving 2/3 of your day, wonder why you're tired all day? Or do you want to have peace? Truly, to embody peace. Okay? Sounds easy. Embody peace. I could do that. Can you? Do you have peace right now? Do you have peace often? Can you hold peace longer than 5 minutes? Is peace something that is internal or external? Does it come from something external outside of you? Or is it something that is internal within you? See, these are the questions you must ask yourself in order to embody light. Peace comes with it. It's a frequency. And as within, so without. What you feel, you will create. You will experience. That's just the way the game is played. That's how this reality, this matrix, this creation that we find ourselves existing in, the 3D, the illusion, that's how it operates. As a man thinketh in his heart. Now I ask you this, can you think in your heart? No, you cannot. Heart is where the emotion and creativity, the feminine side of all beings, man and woman, the feminine side, the heart, the emotion, the creativity. Do you think in your heart, or do you feel in your heart? Is heart feeling? That's what it is, it's feeling. So based on your feeling, you're creating your reality. If you're worried about this and that, and not being able to pay this, not being able to afford that, not being able to fit in here, not being able to achieve that, whatever it is, that's what you will create. Because that's what you feel. That is your prominent feeling. And when you go to bed at night, in your subconscious, those thoughts that you're thinking right before you go to sleep and right before you wake up, you are creating your reality based on your feelings. And yes, thoughts lead to feelings, definitely. But they are different, completely different. I will explain it. Thoughts, air, Father. Thoughts are light, okay? They come and go just like the air, very light, just like the air. From thoughts, we get reason, logic, law, A to B, masculine energy. That's why Father. Father in the Bible gives us what? The breath of life. It comes from the Father, the air, okay? The masculine quality in nature, known as the Father, that is within you, as above, so below, as within, so without. Thought, okay? Then there is Sun, S-U-N, fire, S-O-N, okay, the sun. Fire is your consciousness, your awareness, okay? Consciousness and thoughts are different. Thoughts come and go. In Hinduism, Buddhism, they teach you that you are not your thoughts, you are not your body, okay? You are the observer of your thoughts, okay? So what is that? That is the I am presence. When the Bible says, be still, aka take no thought, and know, don't think, don't hope, don't have faith, but know, this is gnosis, that I am, what is I am? The I am presence, God. Be still and know that I am God. That's what the Bible says. It's the same thing the Hindus are saying, that the Buddhists are teaching, okay? That I am presence, that you are not your thoughts, you are not your body, you are the observer of your thoughts. Now, the consciousness, the awareness, that's what you truly are. The I am presence, that fire, okay? That is another masculine quality, okay? The sun, uh-oh, hope that bee don't sting me. Looks like it's trying to. The sun in the air, I'll get to this in a second. I'll come back to that. Now the feminine one, the emotion, the water, okay? Water daughter, ocean, emotion, okay? They hide this stuff in plain sight. Water, do you have water inside of you? Do you have fire inside of you? Do you have air inside of you? Electrons, neurons, the breath of life. You're 90% water. Or more, I don't remember the exact number. Yes, you do have all of these things within you, okay? Water, I've explained this, feminine energy, squiggly line, okay? The water goes with the flow, that is feminine energy. The water, the ocean, deep, we don't even know how deep it is, like the emotion that a woman experiences, can't even control herself, the emotions are so deep, okay? The, well, yeah, so that's the water part, okay? Oh, the feminine energy, you see the ocean on a sunset or the sunrise, calm. Ocean is one of the most beautiful things you've ever seen. It could also destroy your vessel, right? That's feminine energy in a nutshell. See that mama bear with her cubs? It's beautiful, right? Nature in motion, and then you get too close and you're their next meal. That is that feminine energy, that protective nature. Okay? Every one of us. As outside, as within, so without. As above, so below. So you have that within you as well. That is your emotion. Now the fourth one, the heart. Okay? Heart. H-E-A-R-T. Take the H, put it at the end. E-A-R-T-H. Earth. Mother Earth. We know her as Gaia, okay? That's what we are. That's what our physical bodies are. Matter. Earth, okay? Density, third density. Matter. Physical, what is it? Incarnation. to incarnate light, which you are. You are that fractal of God. You are that source of God, light. That's your actual, that is the I am presence. That's who you truly are. Has lowered in density. That's what the fall of Adam and Eve was. It wasn't them eating the fruit. It was them lowering, going from God consciousness down to third density. Okay? That's what the fall of man is. It's the lowering of consciousness. And that leads me directly into the title of this video. Heaven and hell are states of consciousness. They are not places that exist outside of you. Christ himself said, the kingdom is outside of you, and if you do these, then maybe you'll be able to enter. No, he didn't. He said the kingdom is at hand. The kingdom is within. Go read your Bible if you do not believe me. That is where the kingdom is. Okay? And Jesus says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And we now know that the earth and the heart, that's an anagram. I already explained it to you. Earth and heart. Heart, H-E-A-R-T, E-A-R, take the H, put it at the end, E-A-R-T-H. It's an anagram. It's showing that they are the same thing. Okay? Mother Earth. So, you create your reality. People don't like to hear this. They want to blame some outside source. They want to blame everybody but themselves. Their baby daddy, their baby mama, their family, the government, the left, the right, the different race, the different gender, okay? Whatever it is, the different class, social classes, the rich, the poor, whatever. They want to blame somebody else for the situation that they find themselves in, okay? That is not understanding the power that you have. That is placing your power that you as a sovereign being have outside of yourself. That's why the government, that's why movie stars, that's why Hollywood actors and famous basketball players, that's why they build them up on this pedestal so that it is a godlike thing outside of yourself. Religion, this God outside of yourself, all of these things. Whatever house, place you want to live, item you want to have, this God that you've created, this AI, whatever it is that is outside of you, okay? It's not fully understanding who you are. It is giving your power away. That's what that is, okay? Which one is this? Sherbert Swirl Alani energy drink. These things are good, man. I drink too many of them. It's giving your power away. You don't understand who you are. You're giving your sovereignty away. You're giving your free will away. You're saying, not my will, but your will be done, Father. This made-up illusion that is not really the Father. That is not really God. Okay? So, when you are doing that, you're not a sovereign being. You're not taking your power. You're not looking at things properly. Therefore, you're not able to create a proper reality because you're in reaction mode. You're reacting to someone else's creation. That thing that you call God, that thing you put outside of yourself. You're reacting to that, what that wants you to do. So you don't know thyself. You don't. Matter of fact, the Bible, what does it tell you to do? Deny thyself. For this exact reason, to keep you in a lower astral realm, lower projection, lower state of consciousness, lower frequency, lower vibration. There it is. That's what all this is all about. That's what they're trying to do. So how do you break free from the matrix, from the illusion? You take your power back. You stop placing this God, these authoritarian figures, this thing with all this power that is outside of you, that you must somehow do this A, B, C, D, and whatever to achieve and make happy and to become one with, right? No. Illusion, lie, false. You already are that. your fingerprint, your DNA, every snowflake, every tree ring, all one of a kind. So much so that if they find you in a court of law with your DNA and your fingerprint in that place where the crime was committed, guess what? You're getting locked up for the rest of your life. Beyond a reasonable shadow of a doubt. What does that mean? They know it's your ass. Because of that thing right there, that fingerprint, that DNA. It's one of a kind to you. You are that fractal of God. That is one of a kind. That is your soul. Okay? That is the I am presence. That is you. That is evolving in this meat suit. That has been here many, 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 many times. Many incarnations. Learning, growing, evolving. And as many times as it takes until you get to that point that you reach the state of being, which is called enlightenment, where you could hold that frequency, where you could create your reality. What does that mean? That you could create heaven and hell right here, right now. That's why Jesus says the kingdom is at hand. The kingdom is within. Based on, here it is the cup that you see on that counter half empty or half full? How do you see it? Are you an optimist or a pessimist? I think I said that right. Might have threw an extra S or some shit in there. Which one are you? How do you see the glass? No matter what is going on outside here, does it affect what's in here? Can it steal your peace? I'm finally at the point where I don't let anything steal my peace, steal my joy. I don't care what it is. And beings as though I'm able to hold that frequency, hold that resonance, hold that light, that vibration within me. That's what I experience without me, outside of me. No matter what. No matter what, because I have chose to stay in the higher state of consciousness, the optimistic perspective. I choose to see that glass as half full. Because as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So how you see that glass really, 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 really matters. Because it creates who you really are. And that water, just like the law of karma, is a reflection of what is inside of you. And if you see the glass as half empty, man, this shit's fucked up. Man, this world's fucked up. Man, they did me dirty like a motherfucker, man. Damn. I got the short end of the stick. See what I'm saying? I don't even like saying that shit because I feel it. It is a vibration. It is a frequency. I choose with my free will and my sovereignty as a sovereign being that knows that God is within me, that I am God, not the fullness of God. Jesus says, do you not know that ye are gods? Does your word not say that ye are gods? Lowercase g? Yes, it does, Jesus. Yes, it does, Yeshua. It does. I know that. That's gnosis. Anyways, when you know that, you're able to create from that place of knowing. Not hope, not have faith, not pray, even though these things are very, very good because they are, as long as you're praying in the right way, from a place of already having rather than lack. If you're praying from a place of lack, oh, please let me get it. I need it. I need it my whole life. My life is so messed up. If I could just get this one thing, everything will change. That one day when I achieve that one thing that is outside of me, then I will have the peace. That's why people, when they reach that goal, that one thing, when they achieve that one thing, usually the next thing they do, and this is fucked up, but they kill themselves. Why? Because they dedicated their life to thinking that that was their answer, man, and they achieved it and still felt empty and broken, because the kingdom is within. They had not gone to that place. They had not done the shadow work. They had not done the work, the dark shadow work, to embody enlightenment, to hold light as a frequency. It takes character. It takes discipline. You have to be worthy to pull Arthur's stone out of the stone, or the sword out of the stone. You have to be worthy. I'm not sitting here like trying to act all holier than thou. It ain't none of that shit. It's me knowing that I have put in the work. It was only when I was truly ready that I started making these videos for you guys. And I came out and I said, I know the truth. I don't need you to agree with me or hope that you agree with me, or that is not going to persuade me or change my opinion in any way, shape, or form, because I have gnosis, I have knowledge, I have experiential knowledge within this area to know that I create my reality. Now, let's get into it. Heaven, H-E-A-V-E-N. Head, H-E-A-D. See what I'm saying? Head. Higher states of consciousness. Hell. Down we go. Hell. H-E-L-L. Heal. H-E-E-L. Those with eyes to see, let them see. Those with ears to hear, let them hear. Heaven and hell are states of consciousness. Jesus says, if thine eye, this guy right here, that's why he says I and not eyes. If thine eye is filled, if thine eye is single, the whole body will be filled with light. You will be able to hold enlightenment if your third eye is open, if you have achieved that state of consciousness, that level of consciousness. If you have achieved opening that chakra, that third eye chakra, you have achieved enlightenment. Your whole body will be filled with light. That's what Jesus says. He casts out the 7 demons in Mary Magdalene, aka removes the 7 blockages in the 7 chakras. You know the number 7? You know how prevalent it is in the Bible? I mean, it's like every other page, here's the number 7. Talking about something, pointing you to something. Matter of fact, oh yeah, he talks to 7 churches in Revelation. And he tells them, well, he doesn't tell them, but later, there is the 7 seals that must what? The 7 seals must what? Be opened. The 7 chakras. That's what Jesus is saying. It's hidden. Allegorical form. Hidden all throughout the Bible. 7, 7, 7, 7. He's talking about your 7 chakras. And Jesus says the kingdom is within, because it is. Because if you get here, right, you have achieved that godlike state. You have achieved that ability to... Now, okay, now listen. The third eye is what it is. It's all about energy. They call it Kundalini, okay? It's energy. It's being able to hold this energy, and it starts in the base of the spine, which is where the lower chakras are, okay? The red, the orange, the yellow, the green, the heart one, which Jesus, that's what his whole teaching was. And when you come to Christ, that's what you feel is your heart chakra opening, okay? That's that sensation that you feel, love. That's what it is, that heart chakra. Then you find your voice, then you're able to see. Then you have the crown of thorns. Oh yeah, the crown chakra. And if you add them all up, if you add the things on every chakra, if you add them all up, they equal the number 144. 144. Another number in Revelations talking about the 7 seals. Only the 144,000 shall be saved. There it is. It's talking about the crown chakra. And when you have this crown chakra open, they say that it is like feeling a crown of thorns go into your head. Okay? I have not experienced it yet. I'm real with you. I'm still learning and growing too on this shit. But that's why Christ wears the crown of thorns, ladies and gentlemen. It is the opening of the crown chakra. And that is the end of his journey. He says, I and the Father are one. I release my soul willingly to thee. Because he has become a sovereign being. Oneness, Christ consciousness, unity consciousness. He now sees that I and the Father are one. When you have seen me, you have seen the Father. See that fingerprint right there? You have seen the Father. That is a piece. No, excuse me. I'm going to break that down for you so you understand. Because Jesus says, when you have seen me, you have seen the Father. But the Father is greater than me. I can do nothing outside of the Father. Okay? What does that mean? It means that when you have seen me, you have seen the Father. I am God. Just like this tree is God, just like that water is God, that animal is God. The planet, Gaia herself, is a piece of God. The sun itself, that's what I was going to say. The sun shoots its rays into the earth, and the earth, feminine, produces fruit, life from those suns. So the suns from the rays are like the semen going into the earth. The earth producing the trees and the fruit and life from it is like a woman bearing fruit. That's how we know the sun is masculine. That's how we know the earth is feminine. Another one for you, okay? So, yeah. When you get to that point, when you understand that you and the Father are one, and when you have seen me, you are the Father. I will finish explaining that. But the Father is greater than me. I could do nothing outside of the Father, because the Father is capital G, the fullness of God, the whole, all of creation, every single part of it, including all the universes and galaxies and other planets and all that shit that we can't see. All them too. All of it. Okay? All of it is God. That's why he's saying God is greater than me. I can do nothing outside of God. You can't do anything outside of creation. You're in it. You exist within it. That's why the Bible says we move and have our being in him. He is what holds all things together. See? This shit ain't hard, man. It's so easy a child can understand it. That's what Yeshua says many, many times. It's easy stuff. But like I said, we need to embody it. That's where the difficulty, that's where the character, that's where the difficulty, that's where when you're trying to do it and you have that bad day and you're like, damn, man, and you go into that dark place, you do that shadow work, you identify, and you say, yeah, that area needs some growth. That area needs some work. Boom, 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 boom. You have elevated your frequency. You could feel when you're in those lower primal instincts, sex, drugs, money, power, greed. Okay? That's why these things are sins, because they're the lower nature. All that is lower nature. The lower chakra, the red one. Primal. Fear. Right? Just instinct, survival instinct. Just like an animal. The reptilian mind, as they call it. That's what it is. Okay? You're tapped into that shit. Okay? And then, boom, you awaken, you start feeling a little bit, right? You get to the heart, boom, that's where religion is a good thing. That's why I will not just totally say that religion is dog shit, because it does open your heart when you meet Christ. Okay? But then it hardens your heart. Saying, oh, and Christ says this, and you got to do this, and you got to be born again from Christ, and Christ. All this shit add to his name that he never even taught. He said, let the first one of you without sin throw the stone. That means don't judge, motherfuckers. And then he says, I have nothing against you either. Go on your way and sin no more. Which means just, don't be stupid. Don't do those lower vibrational things. So he's saying don't judge. What do Christians do? They judge every single moving thing. Oh my God, that bee right there. It's come to my house 7 days in a row at the exact same time on the number 7. 7:07 in the morning. I've seen that bee on the exact same flower. There's a demon in it. I know it. Crazy shit, man. But anyways, that's that lower vibrational. Then you get into the heart, right? Jesus opens it. Then you get into that third eye. That is where, and this is where it gets deep. Are you ready? This is where you can astral project out of your body. This is where you could see other entities. Yes, that's why the Christians want to say, oh, it's a demon, it's a demon, it's a demon. Because they make every single thing you see outside of the third dimensional realm, which we are in the physical form. But I got news for you. We're going into 4D, and then we're eventually going to get to 5D. And Mother Earth will no longer be Gaia. Just like once I believe she was Terra, and then Gaia, and then there's another name. There's 2 more names for her. I forgot what they actually are. But yeah, so when we get to those places, we will be able to see 4th dimensional beings, 5th dimensional beings. That's why the government is releasing the alien footage now. They have to. The Earth is raising her vibration and frequency. It's only a matter of time before I talked about the indigo children. They're already being born with these gifts. What I'm talking about. Okay. Again, they call this stuff when someone sees Jesus or sees Grandpa in the corner, right? He's having a schizophrenic delusion, right? Let's go do some psychotherapy to him. Let's put him on this drug right here. What is it? Lithazine or what? I forgot what the fuck it's called. Let's put him on this shit, and all of a sudden they stop seeing him and they're back to normal within a couple of weeks. They know how to keep us in the 3rd dimension. That's what that shit is. But they can't do it to everybody. We're waking up. These children are being born with it. So now it's going to be a normal thing. Okay? When it talks about Jesus being able to walk on water, if you study Dolores Cannon, she said that she saw one future where AI had completely taken over humanity, kind of like Matrix. What Neo wakes up in. And then she saw another one where children were literally walking on water. Heaven on earth. Right here, right now. That's what she saw. And it is based on what we choose to create as a sovereign being. Do I want to allow fear, control, and manipulation and place this God outside of me? We see where that leads. The machine world is here, waiting for you. Ask anyone in the tech industry, man. Talk to them about it. Talk about this technology with every single surgery, these arms, these 4 arms, and allows you to go into the body and see a 3D perspective of it. And it's just like the automated assist on a vehicle. Does it do it for you? No. But as soon as you're veering out of the lane, it tells you, oh, that's pretty helpful in surgery, wouldn't you imagine? Being able to see in 3D inside of the body, right there in front of you, virtual reality. The mask, they may wear a virtual reality. You're in the fucking thing. Yes, it exists. So much, man, is coming. So, what do you want to... Do you want to allow that to control you? Do you want to merge with the machine? Elon Musk's Neuralink. Why do you think, for a second, let me ask you this, man. Think about this. Why do you think people were buying land, property, like you would buy property in the world. They were buying property. They are buying property in the metaverse. They even called it the metaverse. That's why they changed Facebook to Meta. And all of this shit. The metaverse. Why? Why would the Bible say in those days, men will seek death and not be able to find it? I was talking to a dude that was a pastor, and he's like, where does the Bible say that? I said, look in Revelations, bud. It's in there. Why is it in there? Men will seek death. In those days, men will seek death and not be able to find it. What the fuck does that mean? Well, what if you uploaded your consciousness into the metaverse? Digital ID, Bitcoin, all of this shit that they're throwing at you. They want to create a world inside of AI. Full control. Now, if you made the choice to have that Neuralink placed in your brain, if you're not familiar with WeChat, go look this shit up, man. China has already implemented it for decades. They make it look like it's a good thing, but it gives you a credit score, it gives you a social score, it gives you a score based on your carbon usage. That's why they were pushing the whole fucking climate change shit. That's why they show you Hunger Games, depending on those three things: green, yellow, red, District 1, 2, 3, 12. Yeah, that shit really coming. It's you know, complete totalitarianism ran by artificial intelligence. Or this fucking place where children are walking on water. Did you hear what I said? I know that just fucking, you heard it and you're like, like didn't even seem feasible to you. Literally bounced off your mind. You could not digest. This is what Christ, it was actually Paul, but for so long I want to give you meat, but you are babes. I got to give you milk. And I'm not putting myself up there. I'm saying you can't digest this shit. You're like, what? Children walking on water? What the fuck? What's he talking about? Yeah, dude, I mean, indigo children, man, creating heaven on earth. Literally. Not even needing to eat food and shit. Physical bodies like going away, man. Look that up. You think I'm joking? Look up rainbow bodies. Yogis can already do this shit. Rainbow, there's another one. When you look at that rainbow, what colors are they? Oh, and how many colors are there? Oh, 7. 7. And guess what colors they are? Red. Yep. Orange. Or is it red? Yeah, I think it's red, orange, yellow, green, purple. Or is it blue? And then the purple. I don't know. But it's the exact same colors of the 7 damn chakras. I think I missed a color too. That indigo. Yeah, man. It's real. It's real. It's real. Don't let Kundalini scare you and all that shit. The scary part is if you open these motherfuckers before you're ready to hold that energy, it fucks fools up, dude. Like their whole body be like twitching and shit. Like, I mean, dude, it's energy. It's energy. It's not a demon. It's energy. And if you're able to hold that frequency, that light, you could hold that energy, man. That's what these yogis do. That's what they do. They have trained their nervous system. That's what it is. It's the nervous system. They've trained their nervous system to hold more energy. right? To be able to raise the energy up the spine, dude, through meditation practices, breathing techniques, meditation, deep shit. Heaven and hell are states of consciousness. You guys think I'm crazy? I experience heaven every day because I will not allow myself to experience hell. I already did that. I already was waiting for this Savior to come. The rapture's gonna happen any day. Let me tell you, when it's talking about the palm tree, or what is he talking about? The tree that's gonna produce the tree in Israel that's gonna, fuck man. I had it all planned out from 1942 when it was, you know what I'm talking about if you went down that stupid ass rabbit hole. People are like, we're in the little season, the Messiah already came. The Antichrist was Nero in 60 AD. So everything that they talk about in Revelations, it happened already and shit. Christians don't want to hear that. Rapture people don't want to hear that shit. But it did. I mean, man, these shits, it's so fucked up. All these different gods outside of you. But Christ says, the kingdom is within. The kingdom is at hand. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. When you have seen the Father, when you have seen me, you have seen the Father. I and the Father are one. And you will do even greater things than me. Does your word not say that ye are gods? Lowercase g. Yes, it does. That's what Christ taught. I ain't what Christianity be teaching though. But, alright y'all. Much love. We're at 42 minutes. This is what Christ consciousness, this is what it means. It means to be able to achieve that unity consciousness, that oneness, to be able to hold that frequency of light, to create your reality and create, experience. That's what it is, man. Experience heaven right here on earth. Or do you want to keep experiencing hell? I'll tell you, when I was in that place of the religion and all that shit, I manifested fucking physical, I was demonic shit in my home. I was feeling it, dude, like in my dreams and shit. I got poked in my back one night. I had this fucking dream that my friends had arrived from the airport. I gave them a whole tour of the house and all that shit and went back to bed and all that. And then all of a sudden I wake up and they hadn't even got there yet. It was one of the craziest fucking things. I'm telling you, man, that shit's real. And it's because you're down there. Lower astral entities are fucking with you. That's where your consciousness and where your awareness goes. That's the level that your heart is vibrating. And that's what they mean when they say the law of attraction. That's what your heart is. That's the feminine stuff, magnetism. Okay? Electric and magnetism, I think, are the two. It might be polarity and magnetism, or I don't remember exactly. But the masculine is one, the feminine is the magnet. The feminine is the magnet part. Okay? The heart, the emotion, that's those two. Okay? That is the law of attraction. That's the magnetic part where you're drawing that shit in, where you are experiencing that based on what you feel, right? So that's that part. Anyways, I'll just keep on going down rabbit holes and shit. Good enough for me. Maybe one day I'll take notes or something like that. I don't know. And maybe even I'll go to a different location. Who knows? But for now, this is good enough. About 45 minutes. Much love to y'all. Blessings.